everybody, welcome to Excel video 410. I'm Nate Moore. Spoke to a group of surgical practice administrators last week where I'm pulling data for them to help them meet meaningful use stage 2 and submit data to a registry. When you're ready to pull clinical data out of your EHR and improve the quality in your practice, I'd love to help you. I want to spend more time with the Visual Basic Editor today. We introduced it a couple Excel videos ago. I want you to see a little bit more what it looks like when the macro recorder is recording a macro so that you can get a feel for how to write code in the Visual Basic Editor. So what you can do to bring up the Visual Basic Editor, like we talked a couple Excel videos ago, is you can do Alt F11. So here's the Visual Basic Editor, and I have some of the modules here that I've recorded. What I'm going to do is, let's just grab this and maybe try to show you something like that maybe. So you can see the screen, the basic Excel worksheet, and you can see what the macro recorder is doing at the same time. So what I want to do is, let's say, hey, I don't know how to do some of the things I want to do in Visual Basic over here, and this is Visual Basic. This is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the macro recorder, record a few things, and watch the macro recorder work in Visual Basic. Here's what I mean. So let's come over here to I'm on the Developer tab. I'm going to start up here in cell A1. And let's just record a macro and see what happens. So if I come over here and say I want to record a macro and learn something, that's the name of my macro. I want to learn what the Visual Basic Editor does when I'm recording a macro. So now that I'm ready to do that, let's say the first thing I want to do is select these cells. Now what I need to do is I need to come over here and notice modules 1, 2, and 3 existed. Those were macros we've already recorded together. Module 4, if I double click that, you can see that I've selected this range. So let's come back over here. Now that I've selected the range, maybe what I can do is come over to the Home tab, and I'm going to take the bold off, and I want to change the font color. And as I start going, watch what happens over here. Well, I've selected the range. The selection font bold equals false, which somehow is turning the font from being bold to not bold, and we can kind of read between the lines a bit and see how the macro recorder is working. And now I've changed the color to automatic, and this Excel automatic is telling me that it's the default color. Well, let's say, hey, I want to learn a little bit more, so I'm going to click back to here, and you can see what Excel's keeping with me. And now what I want to do is I want to format as a table, and I'm going to pick this one, and let's click OK. And there's Excel recording me formatting as a table. And then what I can do is let's just go over to page layout, and we'll click here. And the other thing I want to do is I want to change my margins. Let's make all these margins 0.5. Let's make this margin 0.5. Make this margin 0.5. And you're probably saying, Nate, why isn't it doing anything over here yet? Why is the macro recorder not doing anything? Well, I haven't clicked OK yet. Let's do a little bit more. Let's go to the header footer. I'm going to make a custom footer over here. What should we put over here? Maybe we'll put the date here, and maybe the name of the file over here. We'll click OK. It still hasn't done anything, but when I click OK, then it wrote all kinds of code for me. That's enough to look at for a while. So I'm going to come over here to the Developer tab and stop. Now that I've done that, what I can do is I can go to the macro recorder, and let's open this up a bit now. And we can come back and look at what on earth has happened when we recorded the macro. So what are we doing? We're trying to learn how to write code in Visual Basic by using the macro recorder and watching it go. Stay tuned next time. We're going to walk through some of this code. We're going to use some of the tools built into Visual Basic for Applications, or VBA, to work through this and understand what's going on and kind of watch it run and break it where we need to see breaks happen in the logic. Hopefully that'll make a little bit more sense when we walk through it in the next Excel video. Thanks for watching.